Hey, what's going on, guys? Dropship Tyler here, and today I am going to be telling you how much it costs me every month to run my Amazon dropshipping business. I'm going to go in order from the least expensive piece of software to the most expensive cost I have, because not everything is a software. I do have virtual assistants, and you'll see that expense towards the end. So I'll just get right into it after I tell you about a new project I have going on, which is a YouTube channel called Drop Weight Tyler. It's all about my journey of trying to get back in shape. While I wasn't doing videos and while COVID happened and I was traveling for poker, I did put on some pounds, and it's definitely something that I'm very serious about working on. And if you guys want to follow along on that journey, I would love for the encouragement and support. I'll put a link in the description below for that channel. I already have a few videos uploaded, so you guys can check those out. And then I will be putting out at least weekly progress videos on how everything is going with that weight loss. All right, so now let's get into why you're here to see what my expenses are for my business. The least expensive cost every month, it's very basic. It's just my bookkeeping software. This is GoDaddy Bookkeeping. And as you can see, the plans are not that expensive. I am actually on the Essentials plan. So basically, how this works, I've been doing it for 3 years now. I am able to keep track of every single one of my items in this GoDaddy bookkeeping. Everything is automatically imported from my credit cards, my bank accounts, my Amazon account. It's just up to me to organize it if things get miscategorized. So it's very easy to use. It actually has kind of like a machine learning algorithm in it where once you start putting things in certain categories, the next time it's automatically imported from whatever source it's being imported from. It will actually go in the correct category because you've been putting the other items that it's similar to or the same as in the category as they've come in. So it is a good software for $9.99. There's a ton of other bookkeeping softwares out there. I'm just very comfortable with this one, and this is the one that I've used. So that was my cheapest expense. We are going in cheapest to most expensive. So my next expense is the Amazon selling plan. It basically tells you here which one you should be on, but if you're doing drop shipping, you're not going to make money unless you're selling more than 40 units a month. So, for example, I sold 2,800 units or something the past 30 days, so I'd be paying $2,800 in fees, but instead, Amazon gives you the option to just pay the $40 a month, and that, again, is what pretty much everybody should be on that's trying to take this seriously. So far we have $50 in expenses between these two. Not going to go too far in depth into this because it's pretty self-explanatory. So now my next expense is Informed. What Informed does is it reprices your items competitively. So you're able to set a min margin and a max margin that you want, and then from there it reprices based on your competition. So say for example I'm selling something for $10, someone undercuts it to $9.90, then my software Informed is going to go in and it's going to make it $9.89 or $9.88, whatever you want to set it to. If it's a penny below, whatever, as long as it's within those margin requirements that you have. So if the person is selling at a 1% margin and you can't beat them, then you can have a rule where it sets it to either the lowest margin you could possibly work with, or the highest, or just like a set margin that you want it to be at if you can't beat the competition. So this piece of software is very valuable. You have to have it pretty much if you're working with the other softwares that are doing the scraping on the Walmart and the Home Depot and all that to gather the prices. That sends the information to Informed, and then Informed does their thing based on those prices and the margin that you set. Here, I'm only paying $199 a month, but that is actually seems like a great price. I think I was grandfathered into it or something because I'm right now currently doing like $150,000 in revenue a month. So if you look at this number, I should be paying $299 a month, and I think it's because they changed the pricing after I started using it. And I've been using Inform now for like 2 years. So yeah, I should be paying $299, I guess, but I'm paying $199 because I've been grandfathered in. So then that brings me to something that is very, very, very important in my business now. I have been using this now since it came out. I believe it was like 5 months ago. And Oagenius, what they did is they created a auto ordering system for Walmart. So when an order comes into your account on Amazon and it's a Walmart listed product, it's automatically going to take that order and it's going to make the order on Walmart for you. So before, basically the process was my VA team, they're in the Philippines, 12-hour time difference. They would wake up, they would immediately start ordering products, right? So there was always a gap of like 12 hours where nobody was ordering products on my account. In that 12 hours, there's a lot of items that goes out of stock. So basically what this does is I'm not having as many out of stocks. Also, when something comes back into stock, now my VAs, they don't have to check it and see, okay, can we order this today? Is it back in stock? This software automatically, if something is put in the out of stock status by it when it tried to order it the first time, it then goes back and automatically tries to order that product once it scrapes it and sees that it's back in stock. So the amount of out of stock cancellations that we have with customers now is almost like nothing. It's great. Like this has been a very, very important piece to my business. And yes, it does cost money. It's basically $162 for every 1,000 orders, or you can buy a bigger plan for 5,000 orders. I just buy them in 1,000 order blocks, and basically I'm doing around 2,700 orders a month, and that will equate to around $445 worth of auto order purchases. So that's what I have it as right now. As an estimate, it varies month by month. I guess I have 445, so that's around 2,750 orders a month. So yeah, that expense, $445. That would basically be the cost of a couple VAs having to order and track the orders and whatever, and spend time doing that. So basically, this auto ordering software replaces your ordering VA team, which it's more efficient, and I would always rather work with software than people, as bad as that sounds, but software is just more consistent. There's less errors with it, and yeah, so this has been a great piece of software. Then we have the actual Oagenius software that tracks the items and does the scraping, and it does the out of stocks. It also has a nice dashboard that you can see all your orders, how much profit you're making. It's just very organized, and it's not that expensive, honestly. $675 a month. There are softwares out there for eBay like Sale Freaks where I was paying $2,500 a month at one point, I believe. So for 5,500 listings, it's $675. If you have the Boss plan, that's up to 10,000 listings. It's only $300 more, and you're basically getting double the listings. They also have these smaller plans here, and you can get a free trial if you want to. But if you get this, you have to pretty much have Informed or one of the other repricers to be able to work with it, because this one is only a price scraper, and it's inventory and order management software. So yeah, it's not an actual repricer. So now with just my softwares, I'm up to $1,369.48. So that's just the softwares. The rest of my expenses actually are my employees, and another expense that I recently took on. I'm going to explain that in a second, but it's all VAs, it's all humans working for me. So the second to biggest expense I have is this new consulting company that I recently started using. It's called Staff My Store. So you can go to staffmystore.com, and then it takes you to here. Basically, I'm paying $3.50 an hour for listers. I didn't want to hire new listing VAs to my team. I didn't want to train anybody. So I decided to test out Staff My Store. It's been okay so far. There's definitely some issues with some of the listings in terms of the quality of the listings, where some of them are mismatched or whatever. But even if I was using my own VAs, that would happen. But yeah, it's $3.50 an hour. I'm basically paying for around 300 hours a month right now. Yeah, it's been fine. But again, it's not perfect. So if you use them, be aware that it's not going to be perfect. You will have issues with some of your listings. You need to check them before you upload into your store, because you don't want to have a bunch of issues on Amazon where people are complaining that you're selling the wrong item, mismatching the brand, mismatching colors, whatever, especially with the auto order software. If you accidentally go through and you click that the item matches and it allows the auto order to go through, then you're going to end up with lots of angry customers, and you're not going to realize it till returns start coming in. So yeah, I've been using this. So that's $1,000 a month, basically for how many hours I'm paying them at $350 an hour. So then the biggest expense I have is actually my personal virtual assistant team that's been with me for 3 years. I have 3 employees that are just very loyal. They're very good. They listen to me. They do what I need them to do. I've given them a raise as time has gone on. So I used to have like 15 virtual assistants at one point when I was running eBay, when I was running Amazon without ordering software. And yeah, just it was a big team. So I'm down to 3 virtual assistants, and then obviously just this great software that's working well for me. I don't do eBay anymore. So yeah, my virtual expensive cost is $1,400 a month. So altogether, I'm paying around $3,770 a month for my business expenses. Now, I will say this is a lot of money, and you're not going to need this much money when you first start your business. Basically, I've scaled up to this point, and as you can see, there were different pricing tiers for all these softwares and things like that. So if you're starting very small, you may only need one VA, you may only need the smallest OAG plan. You may not even need auto ordering if you're not doing that many orders and you want to do it yourself. And yeah, so again, like it scales up as you go. You're not going to spend $3,700 or almost $3,800 right away. You're probably going to be in for $300, $400, $500 for the first month, because likely you're not going to want to hire any VAs to begin with. You're going to want to do everything yourself, learn the business inside and out, and then start scaling from there. It is very worth it to me, though, to have all these things in place, because it pretty much automates my business for me to where I'm only kind of having to be like the CEO of the company, like the brains, behind the operation, sort of, where everything else is just taken care of for me. And I can rest easy at night knowing that my virtual assistants are very well trained. They're doing the processes that how I would do them myself, or maybe even better at this point. And then I also know that if I'm traveling, I don't have to constantly be checking on my business. It's very, very nice. I used to be very anxious when it came to eBay and when it came to Amazon. I used to always have to check on my business every single day. And now I still do, but it's more of like just logging in, looking, seeing how my sales are. Okay, cool, everything's good. And I still talk on Skype every once in a while, maybe like twice a week, to my virtual assistants. Just say, hey, how's everything going? If I see problems, if I see A to Z claims coming through, I'll just, talk to my virtual assistants and say, hey, how can we fix this? How can we get a refund from Walmart? Like, can we return this item? Those type of things. So I'm more focused on just the bigger picture when I am actually working on my business, rather than the customer service aspects and stuff like that. But I am making more than I'm spending a month, in case anyone was wondering. So again, like all of these things are worth it. I could cut some expenses out and get more of my time put into the business, but I just don't think that that's actually worth as much. It's not as valuable as being able to automate it with somebody else. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions about my business or just Amazon in general, the expenses I talked about, you can check in the description below for the links, or you can comment in the comment section and I'll try to get to those. Thanks for watching, guys.